to begin.
G'day, Cousin Cooper. How you doing?
G'day, mate. Not having all that ripper of a day, can. Stu, things are looking pretty bleak.
So the rumours are true then? He's back.
Too right, the day has come.
Well, tell Aunt Sheila I'm thinking of her. And take care of yourself, mate.
Bonza, mate. Bonza.
Ty's back.
3 years! 3 years of Ty! You know, when I first played the Ty remaster, I did it out of nostalgia. When the second one came out, it felt natural to cover it as well. And now we're here. Ty 3. The Unknown. I was a Nintendo fanboy back in my console days. I chose the GameCube over the PS2 because, I mean, fuck DVDs, right? So I didn't have access to Ty 3 Night of the Quinkan when it first came out. This game is a complete mystery to me. So let's not waste any more time and finish up this trilogy. Let's go!
Alright, let's get into it.
We start the game with eyebrows here, the Bunyip Elder, I think that's what he was called, explaining that while Boss Cass was escaping jail, some ancient evil was released into the dreaming, a sort of spirit world. And only Ty, of course, can stop them.
No worries. I reckon I can take him on.
That would lead to a needless sacrifice.
Fuck me, mate! Back up!
Only by using the rare Shadow Bunyip Stone will you have the power to counter their evil.
Wow, these things are strong, huh? You can only use a certain weapon against them? That's pretty mystical. And this Shadow Gauntlet Stone manifests itself as a new gameplay mechanic, melee attacks.
How cool is that?
Fits like a glove.
Fits like a glove. What the fuck? It is a glove!
This inclusion confuses me, to be honest. I love Ty's attacks being boomerangs. It fit him quite well, and watching the rangs fly through the air before colliding so violently with the face of a frill lizard was something of a joy. The melee controls seem fiddly, having the same button for regular rang throws but only activating when you're in melee range. I'd prefer just to throw the damn things, to be honest. It's not like...
Why do you lie, Ty? Why?
If the
Shadow Bunyip Stone
is the only thing that can kill the Quinkan, then what the fuck was that? Because Stormtrooper Shazza here had no problem with her laser rifle, did she? And why does she have a laser rifle? Honestly, what is the point in a fucking prophetic power glove when any dingo with a blaster can kill these fucking things? I don't feel all that special anymore. And not to mention, the Bunyip mech is back! Fucking brilliant! Like, hooray! Right, guys? Hooray! And that too can kill Quinkans. Hooray! Ty ends up saving the day, and the Bunyip Elder impresses upon him that he should stay and train with them to unlock his true potential. And he does.
Your training is complete.
You look so different, Possum.
Yeah, Shazza, practically unrecognisable after a grand total of 9 push-ups. How did you even know it was Ty?
After all that rigorous training, they travel back to their world, and some spook thing ripped straight from the heart of darkness attacks the pair and leaves Ty tumbling through through time. He ends up in a post-apocalyptic version of what's supposed to be New Barramudgee, which looks more like Barramudgee was dropped into a giant sinkhole, to be honest. Apparently, while Ty was away, the Quinkan attacked, plunging southern rivers into all-out war, with only the efforts of a powerful general keeping the hopes of the people alive.
The most brilliant tactical mind in all of history.
It's Dennis, isn't it?
His bravery and strength in battle is unsurpassed in all of Southern Rivers.
I bet it's Dennis. Just watch.
He is what every man aspires to be.
It's gotta be Dennis.
General.
Dennis!
You son of a... I knew it was coming and I'm still upset.
Ty? Ty, you're alive!
Welcome back, bro.
Ah! Jesus Christ. So Ty's aimed at a younger audience. I get that. And babies can't really understand the nuances of more complex humour because they're still at an age where fart jokes are the pinnacle of comedic delivery. But Ty's writing not only comes off as rather dulled down, it's pretty cringy. The gags are dry and the delivery is usually animated in physicality rather than the script. So it's not funny. And I'm not one to accept cute 3D platformers have to cater to such a young demographic. Hell, what do I know? I'm a fat, lazy 20-something on the internet with the opinions of a tired, nap-deprived pensioner. But I remember the golden days of yore. Spyro, for instance, was a cocky, purple fuck. He was arrogant, sarcastic and always jokey. Ratchet and Clank, they were funny. Ty's gone from an Aussie bloke surrounded by morons to an Aussie moron surrounded by morons. He's not as endearing as he once was. Perhaps that's something to do with the setting as well. With this all-out war going on, to such an extent that Baron went from this to this, people seem to be pretty perky. I mean, it's basically an alien invasion. To give the designers credit, the Quinkan are rather creepy, shadow-like beings with glowing, haunting eyes and zombie frills for some reason. That being said, things seem very familiar here. Outback setting, running about, melee combat is quite apparent. Okay, I'll need to break the illusion here that I'm exploring concepts in this game in real time throughout this review, just to impress upon you how much I hate the melee combat. Ty already had a melee move, the bite. Enemies in games like this should be fodder, like in Crash and Spyro. You know, a stampede, a spin, a flame breath to dispatch them. But every hulking goop monster in this game takes a 5-hit combo, each swipe chipping down their health like wind erodes mountains. And not to mention that some block your attacks, others do some undodgeable moves that stun you off. This is so fucking boring, it slows the pace of the game down to a crawl, and by the end of it you're just ignoring them. You want your enemies to be like, yeah, Spyro, fuck yeah, flame that guy's ass, yeah! Not... Well, sour note to start on. Let's see where the first mission leads.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No way. Not after what he did to me. You've got a better chance of cooking a sausage on a cold barbie than getting me back there.
Not only do we have to get Mary back, because how can we possibly save the world without the slang-talking cockatiel and a fucking navy wife-beater and no pants? We have to beat him in a go-kart race. Now, I'm a nostalgic supporter of the Ty series, and Chrome, I love you guys. But supplementing the jaunty run and rang madness of the first game for mini-games and vehicle sections hasn't done this franchise any favours. I wouldn't mind if you didn't have to do this kart racing as a part of the central campaign, mind you. Not a side mission, 5 separate times built into the campaign. To continue with the story, you have to go go-kart racing while aliens are invading southern rivers. If it's not kart racing, it's a battle arena with mechs. If it's not a battle arena with mechs, it's a generator fixing mission in another mech. Be ye platformer Ty 3 or be ye minigame compilation. It's baffling. And more importantly than that, it's not fun. Here it is. Here it comes, one of my favourite words. It's chorish. But with Maori back, it's finally time to head into the outback. Remember the Jeep sections from Ty 2? Well, we have a big old map to explore, so let's hop in the... Is that a fucking crab?
I just don't want to get bitten.
You fucking recast the Jeep, but not the cockatiel in a fucking vest? This is so jarring. Why a crab? You had a Jeep before. What's wrong with a Jeep? Why a fucking crab? With homing missiles and a claw snap melee attack. And the game immediately thrusts us into another vehicle section where we pilot this plane, this gunyip around a small map, blowing stuff up. So we have a bunyip, a gunyip, the I'm not having fun yip. You didn't have to add this shit. Riding crabs and shooting missiles at fucking aliens? It's all so bloody out of place. Would have been better with just a boomerang. And the melee combat sucks. Swiping bad guys like they're flies at a fucking picnic table. I really didn't need that though. What happened to the dagger that I used to know? Eventually, after crabbing about the outback and flying about in planes, we make it to our first boss encounter. It's the whole beat this thing to go to the next area shtick. And you know what? It's not half bad. Nope, it's not half bad at all. No bunyip, no gimmick, just a good old-fashioned boss fight. Sure, it's easy, but platformer bosses are supposed to be easy. They're predictable and dumb, but look at Ripperoo or Toasty. There's no significant challenge, but they're still quite fun. And the Hexaquin here is good enough. This is what I want more of, Chrome. Go back to this. Vehicle sections should be additional part of certain stages, not the basis for entire missions. For God's sakes, why did you do this?
Shaz, we did it! Now we can get through to the rest of Southern Rivers.
You're so brave and manly.
Oh, come on, Shaz. You're pretty manly too. I mean girly. I like you.
Come on, Possum. We should go check out the area past the gate. Meet me at Dead Dingo Marsh.
What the fuck? Shazza, maybe you don't want to go there. I mean, specifically you. That's a weird fucking thing to say. It's like, hey Tony, do you want to go for a walk? How about we go down to Corpse Lane? That's scenic as fuck.
Post-fight, we open up the second half of the map, Dead Dingo Marsh. Okay, but it's alright. Nothing bad could possibly happen with a name like Dead Dingo.
Hey, get your hands off me!
Shaz gets dingo napped. That's tragic. We're only halfway through this fucking game. That's tragic. The level ends in a fucking bunyip mech fight. That's tragic. Seriously, can we not have one level without jumping into a fucking mech? Do you want to be an anime? Tie 3? Fine. I'll make you an anime.
To the goal line, still you and me. We don't know enough about it. We've gone past it to the point of no return, no looking back. We don't know enough about it. We got this now. Getting all fired up, we'll let sweat drip from every pore. Now there's so many things we don't know. We'll remember our journey home. Everyone, even him, becomes silhouettes. And one last time our shadows dance within the wind. Like a leaf will all just float away.
Oh, Fluffy's back. That's tragic.
I was trying to save Shazza, and then Lizard Breath here started something she couldn't finish.
Hey, Rat Boy. It takes two to tango.
Rocket launcher!
Fluffy joins Bush Rescue to help in the fight against the Quinkan and to ramp up the sexual tension to levels that makes me rather uncomfortable. From here, the plot divulges that Cass has broken out of prison and he's been working with the Quinkan, but he's also a double agent. So if Ty is his bitch for a few levels, Cass will find out where the Quinkan are keeping Shazza. And wouldn't you know it, more vehicle sections! Woo! It might sound like I'm enjoying shitting all over Ty 3, and to be honest, maybe I am a bit, but what hurts about all this is that I have fond memories of the series from parts 1 and 2. Sure, I never got to play Ty 3, and I'm assured now that it's the weakest entry, but the formula of what made the series great is still there somewhere. The fitting Aboriginal woven music is wonderful, the controls work well enough, the camera is clunky, which is more reminiscent of platformers than I'd like to admit, the art is gorgeous, the animation is janky and charming. TIE 3 is let down by bad decisions when it comes to its gameplay, simple as that. The new melee mechanic is tedious trash, and the vehicle sections are far too numerous and drag on for far too long. Don't get me wrong, the game does include some on-foot levels, but they're all extremely linear from this point on, and you're shackled down to a companion who just auto-kills enemies around you and will not stop spouting off the same shit catchphrase over and over again. Although the various vehicles, the mechs, the melee combat is new and disappointing, there are features I tend to like in TIE 3. Where boomerang collecting in the first two games was pretty cliche but still fun all the same, like weapon collection in the Ratchet & Clank series for example, TIE 3 overhauls this by simply selling the player boomerang frames that hold certain stones. This means you can customise your own boomerangs with different powers. Maybe you want a boomerang that slows enemies and ignites them, or one that bounces between foes and freezes them. It's a wonderfully inventive idea, it's just a shame it's almost redundant considering the main force TIE must defeat, the Quinkan, are immune to thrown boomerangs and must be melee down. What a complete fucking waste of an inventive idea, eh, Chrome? And by the end of it, I had spent all my opals on mech upgrades, hoping the OP weaponry like the fucking satellite strike would end the dreaded bunyip sections all the quicker. See, I considered calling the game lazy in its design, and I was inclined not to until I realised you can jiggle about the characters as they're talking on the video messages. I mean, fucking hell, right guys? Alright, it's early access. It is early access, but sweet Christ, how does this even work? This is where the game slowly truds towards the end. Ty and Fluffy are off to Kakaboom Island to find the Shadow Ring and Shadow Stones, which I think are the only weapons to stop the Quinkan once and for all. Oh yeah, and while captive, Shazza finds out that the Quinkan are ruled by the Queen King, who's looking to take over Southern Rivers, and that's what we're finding the Shadow Ring for, to defeat him, but I forgot to mention it, I guess. Oops, silly me.
We'll get through this. We have to. I'll be watching your back, okay?
I don't deserve it. You just look after yourself, Ty.
Are you kidding? What are friends for? Do the same for me. Are you kidding?
Putting the bullshit melodrama aside, this level is one of the worst yet. If not vehicle sections, it seems like we're cursed to fight through these turret mini-bosses. The same fucking fight 3 times in a row. Not even hilariously delivered voice acting can salvage this one.
And I thought this was going to be dangerous.
Don't count your chickens.
Did you just call me a chicken? What? Phew.
And they stick the landing!
Oh no. Look, the Shadow Stones.
Don't worry. We'll track them down.
Oh, Christ!
So, due to this fucking plot device right here, we need to go find the Shadow Stones. And we do that by racing go-karts, flying planes, bunyip levels, before mercifully we're at the final mission. And geez, you can feel the emotional build-up right here. Is this Mass Effect 2? Are we through the Omega Relay yet? Is this the fucking collector base? Wish I was on a suicide mission right now. Oh.
Guys are the best.
there's a final push to the Quinking through all the Quinkan, as in like, too many Quinkan, why are there so many fucking Quinkan, fuck this! The Quinking is legit a mirror fight, I mean like Zelda 2 style mirror fight. And it's based on that fucking abysmal melee system I've been harping on about throughout this review. I'm legit button mashing at this point. Tai 1's final boss, you know, with Cass in the big mech and you fly the boomerang through the pipes, was a bit odd, but it was at least unique. Tai 2, again against boss Cass, was nothing special. This is pointlessly bland. Even with a second form, the Quinking is pretty crap. And he's the quickest to beat out of all the bosses in the game. And then, oh shit, boss Cass steps up to fuck everything up. Plot twist.
Once I've gotten rid of you and the Quinking in one shot, I'll finally rule Southern Rivers.
Look. Tai as a series was a fun little jaunt. Okay, unlike Spyro and Crash, the series seemed to stagnate with sequels rather than improve with them. Tai 1 is still my favourite. Its down-to-earth, pre-sci-fi setting approach is quirky and it's enjoyable. The two successors are muddled in vehicle-focused settings and a choppy level design. Tai 1 is a fun collectathon that doesn't outstay its welcome, which can't be said for 2 and 3. Night of the Quinoa is certainly my least favourite, but it's fitting enough to round off the trilogy.
I'm sort of sad that it's over, to be honest. Tai the Tasmanian tiger. We had our differences, but I did end up liking the series. I just can't believe that it's over.
Hello fellow bin raiders, and thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed making it, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and if you want to follow me, I've got a Facebook and I've also got a Twitter. Mostly the Twitter. Check those out, you can get updates. But I guess that's all for now, bin raiders. Thank you so much for watching, keep bin raiding, and I'll see you next time.